was so fun. I think we should play a Pinnacle Emissary deck. Let's do... I've got two different builds. I have Izzet that's playing Thoughtcast, Kappa Cannoneer, Thought Monitor. The idea is that we're trying to warp this on turn 1, play a bunch of 0-mana artifacts to get big payoffs like the Affinity, draw cards, Kappa Cannoneer, and Cranial Plating, and to some extent Cori-Steel Cutter and Urza Saga. I think I should keep this. Let's keep this on the play. What I see on the top of my library is going to depict what I do. If I see a red source, I'm going to play Citadel turn 1 and go Steel Cutter 0-drop. Although then I don't get to play the Saga until turn 3. I'm like pretty content to play the Saga as like mostly a Mox Opal finder and then play the Cranial Plating turn 2 though. So there's a Springleaf Drum on top. How much does that change stuff here? It doesn't let me trigger the Steel Cutter next turn, but it does let me cast it. I'm going to go ahead and cycle the Bauble also. Maybe get a Mox Opal and just make a Saga token too. Oh, Cosmic Wave. Cool. So they're holding up a mana. Maybe they have a Spell Snare. There's a Thoughtcast. So our Springleaf Drum should be relatively safe as far as like getting this to resolve. They might. I think I'm gonna jam the Steel Cutter despite being kind of concerned about Snare. Play Drum, Thopter, Land, Cori, Bauble. Well, yeah, but then we don't get the... We've already cast too many spells to get the trigger, right? We can just keep Bauble does. Yeah, it's like when we cast the Drum next turn, there's no way for the to play a second spell after that, right? We can play the Goyf. Sultai Cosmic Goyf. So they're Enabler's Frog. I do keep forgetting to list Frog as part of the good enablers for this card. Of course, it's one of them. So make a 4/4 construct. I think I'm just getting Mox Opal. I'm going to draw 2. And draw 2 more. Got to be careful with this Lantern because we know they've got the Goyf. I think we misplayed. Game 1 against Belcher, what did you have in hand at the game? I think I misplayed. I don't know. It's been too long. All right, so I'm down to 18. Do they have a third land? They do, but it's tapped. They graveyard a Death Shadow. Draw another. Yeah. Don't do that. Play Urza Saga. I target my own thing because of the Goyf that we saw. So they play the Shadow. They can leave the Frog back to block potentially. It's kind of an interesting dynamic. Yeah, so I just pop the Lantern and they die. Does grow the Goyf, but then they just can't they can't fly the Frog anymore. Nice. So that was kind of easy. I'd love to draw Pinnacle Emissary. I'm like itching to draw it. So I actually have the Shadowspear in the sideboard because I think we're such an aggro deck here. They should have some single target removal sideboard card, so we'll bring in the Welding Jar. That's usually where I want this card. I don't know if this is a Shadowspear matchup. Needle for Frog seems like it could potentially be really good because it could turn off their Goyfs in addition to their Frogs. I think I'm interested in cutting the Lantern. I don't think I want the Shadowspear, like I said. I don't think I care that much about Dismember. We can maybe try Blood Moon on the play. I don't think I care that much about it on the draw. Let me cut a Memnite, and then we can click Submit. I've been liking Needle against Frog decks more and more, especially this one where like Like I don't know what other enablers you have in Sultai for your Goyts. Maybe you're playing like Kishla Skimmer and you're playing Relic also. I mean, I didn't mind those shells. Murktide, okay, Murktide makes some sense. Wait, new cards already available. Isn't the pre-release only this Friday? I mean, it was last Friday, right? They're available, yeah. Oculus, yeah. I'm gonna have to mulligan this. They are also the multi-6. Gonna go to 5. So we do have a Pinnacle Emissary. This could be a really crazy. If I could draw a like a blue source, that would be obviously really nice. But we're also the multi-5 get thought seized. That's okay. They took the drum, okay. Is Spire better than Reef because of the playing equipment? Okay, look right now and see how the Spire is better. I think I am going to go ahead and... Well, I could just wait one turn. Let's wait one turn. But yeah, just see how... Like, we're a 2-color deck. So Spire can be better with Cranial Plating, but just... This is just so much better with Pinnacle Emissary. It's got to be better, right? Do you think waiting one turn is fine? It's obviously bad against Second Thoughtseize. But we just have so many cheap artifacts, and getting one extra token matters so much with this Kappa Cannoneer. And if they have Second Thoughtseize, they get to take the Cannoneer anyways, I guess. Nice. Okay, so cast the Pinnacle Emissary. Wait, can I cast the Kappa Cannoneer? I think I'm one... No, I have enough. I'm on a multi-5 and I got Thoughtseized. Edge of Eternities is nuts! Modern is broken! Dude, I multi-5 and got Thoughtseized. I still could cast this next turn. Woohoo! Let's go, baby. I was a doubter before this. Yeah, you gotta be a believer, baby. Nice collector oof. Not gonna do shit. Oh, I can't cast the emissary. Maybe it will do shit. These are flying, right? Though it's activated abilities cannot be activated flying. So yeah, if they want to discard 2 cards to block, that's okay. They could also potentially gang up on the Kappa Cannoneer, but that would be okay. In the Riddler deck, you think about using Lightstone Inquisitor. That's the Warp like Fiend Hunter. I have that in a couple different drafts. I have it in a different Riddler draft, yeah, if that's the card you're talking about. So there's a Death Shadow. I mean, I don't quite have... This is 7/7 against my 5/5. This is, not unblockable. Yeah, if you want to discard a card to kill my Ornithopter, that's okay. Yeah, any non-Urza... Okay, I guess Shivan Reef, basic island are lethal. And then every... Kappa Cannoneer is lethal. I think everything is lethal, basically. Yeah, Shivan Reef is lethal. I guess it's better to make a Saga token than it is to cast the Emissary, but that'll get the job done. Yeah, it did seem like they kind of gave up. Oh, they consigned this trigger. Okay. Interesting. I think I will attack them with all of these. I have not finished a weapon manufacturing brew yet. I have some ideas on where I might play it, though. But that's one of the work in progresses still. I got really motivated yesterday. I'm like, I'm going to build like 30 decks. I'm going to build 20 decks. And then I'm like, I always do this. I'm like, I build so many. I'm like, you know what? I need to just build like 10, and then I can start to evolve them. And like, I can't even get through 10 decks in a week anyways. It's just I need to pace myself a little bit. Well, let's keep this. Although I guess I have to wait a turn before really popping off unless I draw Mox Opal. Ooh, a Spire of Industry, so a mirror. Okay, no 0 drop. They're passing to me. Alright, we will try to get max value. Yeah, a second way to make it. So again, this will be a work in progress. There is a lot to get to with Edge of Eternities. This is the most impactful set to standard since MH3 was printed. It is like it's unbelievable how impactful this set is, in my opinion. Pinnacle Emissary looking great so far. Quantum Riddler looking great. Consult the star charts looking great. Just Mox Opal, Kappa Cannoneer. Okay, this is fine too. When's one in the West least impactful? Final Fantasy was pretty unimpactful as far as to modern. It was way more impactful to standard. Three, four, five, and I could just cast this again next turn. Like the warp is a crazy mechanic. It's unbelievable. Yeah, that was turn 2. You know, I've been saying Mox Opal's fine, Mox Opal's fine, Mox Opal's fine. This is the first time since Breach has been banned. I'm like, well, okay, it's just we're 2 matches in though. Wrath Disguise exists. Force of Vigor exists. I got 30 seconds of ads, come back to 20 permanency. I need to get a 1 permanent to 1 second of ad ratio for you guys. Where's the 1 of Signal Pest, brother? Oh, Signal Pest. Okay, so on the draw for game 2, the mulligan are 7. It's also awesome when like you're playing a new set and the cards that are impactful are the new cards. I think I'll put back second Steel Cutter here. Why Shivan Reef instead of Spire Bluff? So that you can cast Pinnacle Emissary first without playing another artifact. That matters a lot. You have a 0-mana creature? They do. So they can make a construct. So we're going to be a mana short of casting a Thoughtcast, so we'll save the Opal. Yeah, you can play Spire Bluff Canal instead. It's pretty minor. I tend to prefer just to have my lands enter untapped, but might not be that relevant in the stack. The 1 damage is also not that big a deal. Ooh, Emissary Time Sieve is cool. I like that thought. This is a very big set. It truly is just a really impactful set. All right, I think we need to soak up 7 damage here. We maybe can like equip Cranial Plating on stuff to like trade for a construct at a time. So let me go plating, Memnite, and then I need to think about Thoughtcast versus equip. I think we're behind enough that I'm going to go for the Thoughtcast, and you know we're somewhat likely to draw a mana. There we go. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. Can't really attack, can I? I think I should be playing this so that if they play 1 more artifact, right, I can still trade with a construct. If they play 2 more, we might just go to game 3. Obviously, play draw matters so much. Second Saga is bad for me. Is Urza too slow? Yeah, Urza is good if you're playing Counterspell, if you're playing Interaction, that's when you want Urza, and if you're not, you don't want Urza, is my experience. Thopter Sword is so bad, it's like unbelievably bad. Alright, so they equip. They attack just with this. They might want to have the Shadowspear on defense too, I guess. They have another piece of interaction to wear tear. Okay. Let's go to game 3. The play for game 3. But yeah, so like there are some versions that play Urza. We need to play Pinnacle Emissary in one of these more interactive builds with Urza, I think. But Urza decks are so slow that you need that like counter spells and rebukes and stuff. Yeah, you can warp with Arena of Glory. I am glad that the set does look really strong. It did, you know, Wizards has been so hands off with the ban list that Modern kind of needed to jump like this, and this set's going to be a really big deal, I think. Yeah, Emissary warps for 1 mana. It's been really broken the 2 times we've had it in our opening hand so far. Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, Pinnacle Emissary and Archway of Innovation could be something too. Archway of Innovation is, it's the closest thing we have in the format to Tolarian Academy, even counting this new card. I think it's even closer. I think you're better off playing stuff like this instead, though. Okay, opponents in the tank on their sideboarding. Do you have a brew for the Warp Eldrazi? I do, yeah. You can find it in the Mox field. It's like a mono white shell with that's playing K command. Do you have any plans for any of the planets? Maybe. You could. I talk about it a little bit in my YouTube video. You can check out. I have. There's like 2 stations I like also that didn't quite make this list. It's a really deep set. It's a really deep set. Like I'm trying to remember the last time like we've seen a standard set that is this deep for Modern. And like to me, this set really feels reminiscent of the like War of the Spark to Kaldheim era, where everything just changes so much. Okay, I almost mulliganed on accident. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can cost 3 on turn 2, which is not quite low enough. I think I have to mulligan. Okay, I would keep that over the average 5. So if I go Pinnacle Emissary Mox Opal, then I'm not going to quite be able to activate. So I think I have to wait a turn. Turn 1 Saga Drum again. Probably have a 0 drop in their hand. So I go Pinnacle Emissary Mox Opal. Yeah, I think I have to wait again. This kind of stinks. Okay, they were Pinnacle Emissary Mirror. Okay, not the most impactful Pinnacle Emissary. Let's see how good this one is. I think it's our time. I can cast at least 1 Thought Monitor now. If I can cast 2, I'll feel pretty happy. Yeah, we have 5 artifacts, so this gets discounted down to 2. Not the worst mold to 5 I've ever had, I guess. So they've got another Steel Cutter on top over there. We refilled a bit. Ooh, Pinnacle Emissary number 2. So I could go like Emissary into Drum, get off Saga, cast Drum, cast Thought Monitor. It's okay. We're in there. They cast their Pinnacle Emissary too. They play another copy of Urza Saga. Wait, I thought Pinnacle Emissary was an uncommon. Huh, it is a rare. So what do we draw? We draw another Springleaf Drum. So yeah, it seems like we should go for this turn I'm proposing. Get another Springleaf Drum. Wait, oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to make this construct. It might end up just being fine. I meant to cast the other Pinnacle Emissary. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. A habit, I guess. Probably fine. Might just be correct because of the whole like big Cori-Steel Cutter that we can equip onto it. I don't know what's better. I don't really care much about the token. I think I care more about being able to equip Trample onto my big construct. Yeah, this was a mold of 5. You know, one big thing about Affinity is like the inconsistency of it and like the weakness to mulligans and the fact that like we mold to 5, got Thoughtseized, and then cast Kappa Cannoneer on turn 2. Or was it might have been turn 3? And then we mulled to 5 and then did this. Is very promising. So they're playing Grixis. They're playing Inskmir too. Interesting. I built a Rakdos and an Izzet. I didn't end up feeling like the mana was something you wanted to do. Grixis, you could certainly do that though. I wonder if they're playing Rottenmouth Viper too. Crazy match. 3 cards left in their hands still. They're at 12 life, and I think I can go Emissary plus Steel Cutter equip, although it might be better to attack with my flyers, though they have a lot of flyers too. So they're attacking with a 6/6, a 5/5. Do I block here? I think I'm trying to kill them on the backswing, so let's just take 10. Take 10 seems fine. Well, you know, I've got to draw some cards here. So I can go Emissary, Steel Cutter, and equip, and then that is going to make my construct 2 bigger at the cost of tapping 3 more of my flying creatures. So I guess it is less damage, right? Because it's 1 less damage. Yeah, but I this is too much. I'm just gonna equip right click attack with everything, and I think that they're dead. Hope that they're dead. If they have wear tear, they have wear tear. Should be enough. Yeah, I didn't end up playing the early access thing because most people just don't usually do it. I didn't see anybody's lists. So that might actually be a keep. We're on the draw. We can draw 27 cards to cast Thoughtcast on turn 1 or have a land to play. In addition, if we draw any of these 6 cards, then we can Thoughtcast on turn 2. I think, fuck it, I'm going to keep... Yeah, we have talked a little bit about how Cosmic Wave is an elemental. It's not the biggest deal. Math, baby. Okay, interesting. I guess I do this main phase because of Bowmaster, actually. Okay, so that's going to give me Metalcraft. Would I consider new Tezzeret this list? Not this build, it just goes in different builds. Tezzeret's not an aggro card, really, I think. Could be wrong. I do have a new build that I think does use the new Tezzeret pretty well for whatever that's worth. They do play the voice. We'd nice to draw land. We've had a lot of looks at it, but what can you do? There we go. That's what you can do. So we riddle me this. Thought Monitor might actually just be nuts for the first time in its tenure in Modern. Don't actually have a good block against the voice, though. This probably doesn't matter that much. If they have Bombardment, it matters. Tension between Pinnacle, Steel Cutter? Not really. It's like the fact that we just have 2 really good plays available to us, to me, that doesn't feel like tension. So if they jump the Voice of Victory, I only have 5 power I can put in front of it. I won't accept Thought Monitor slander. Well, I think it's pretty objectively not done a lot in the format so far, but yeah, I'll see you in court. I think we just play double Steel Cutter this turn. Not very interested in flipping their Johnny for them, though. Wonder if they're playing any new cards. Maybe we should have attacked. I don't know. It's going to be a gummed up board state for sure. Thought Monitor's image too. Yeah, and like just like there hasn't really been a dominant Thought Monitor deck the entire time it's been legal. Like it's like, you know, there have been some like fine Thought Monitor decks, but nothing super crazy. Steel Cutter just feels worse in this deck, which is crazy because one set ago felt like the best thing you could do. Yeah, whatever is in hand. Yeah, like I agree that Emissary seems like the better thing to cast. I don't know. I don't think we need to doom and gloom about it too much because they're just both really powerful plays, and they think they want you to do the same thing. But I agree that it's kind of in general interesting that no longer is like Steel Cutter make a token the best thing to do on turn 2. When that I agree it did just a couple sets ago feel that way. The Thopters were summoning sick. They weren't. I was thinking I might want to gang block this Voice of Victory though. Like I could just put 5 power in front of it. Well, I guess they can just jump again. Can't block down flyers. Yeah, but this is flying. Yeah, now it's too big for that block though. Yeah, and then I can't kill the red permanents and kill the cat. I mean, it might have been fine to flip the Ajani this turn. They might flip their own Ajani here. Was there no room for Cranial Plating when brewing this? We have 4 Cranial Platings in this deck. I do think Cranial Plating is really good with the Emissary. I think I am going to cast Emissary here. Yeah, no worries. And then I think I want these back to chump block the whatever they jump with the guide. So they have 1 card in their hand, drawing up to 2. Need to Fade Bombardment. Yeah, and this let's maybe not think about Skull Clam too hard. Yeah, don't worry, chap. Me and the Spikelings are organizing a Mox Opal heist pretty soon. We're gonna rob the armed truck carrying the world supply of Mox Opals. We'll get you taken care of. Don't worry about it. So they're gonna jump both of their guides here, I assume. Well, they didn't jump this one? It feels like that might have been a misclick. So I'm taking 3 down to 14. Yeah, maybe they just misstacked. 2 cards in their hand. I guess this could be bait for them to escape the Flage. If they have a fetch land, they can surveil and cast it. Might be fine. They're thinking. They start paying costs and then they stop. Yeah, Wrath the Skies. I'm a little scared of it. My opponent definitely has a spell. Okay, it's another Ajani. Are they going to kill my Pinnacle Emissary? Or are they going to hit me for like 8? I'm dead to another Ajani or a Bombardment if that's literally their last card. They're probably going to kill the Emissary. They do target me. Okay, we'll see if we make them regret that. They're at 27. It's a pretty safe life total. We might be able to kill them depending on how good our Thoughtcast is, though. It's a bit interesting how long they took to make that decision. Let's start on the Thought Monitor so we can get more prowess triggers in theory. Cranial Plating would go a long way towards being able to win this game. I have a few triggers on the stack. Okay, so I can trigger prowess 2 more times. I can make 3 more artifacts. I guess I can haste the Thought Monitor. Y'all, I think this might be a math is for blockers type situation. I don't know, y'all. I think math might be for blockers this turn. I still don't get what you don't audio triggers. I'm just kind of chilling, you know. I play really fast, so I have the luxury of not having to auto kill yield to triggers. Make sure I don't misclick. I don't really mind. And savoring these kind of moments. Yeah, Pinnacle is also a 3/3. I am going to equip onto the Thought Monitor here. All right. Attack with everything at you. Matt, you can figure it out. So you're going to block 2 by 5. I guess 10, 13, 16, plus 15. Okay. Yeah, that's 31. I guess it's not for blockers. Take that, Boros. It feels pretty good. Alright, so we're going to bring in the Whipflares. We're going to bring in the Shadowspear, I think. Dismember's for Clarion Conqueror, which they do have, so we want to bring those in. So it is a lot of sideboard cards. The Lantern's important for the Flage also. I think we can cut the Lavaspur Boots. Maybe we cut Lavaspur Boots and we cut Cranial Platings. We cut a Memnite. Try this. One cage. I think the 1 Lantern's better. I don't think we want 2 for the Flage. Yeah, I agree plating is pretty flexible. I think it's good in the list, though. You don't have to play 4. 1 Needle over 1 Kappa. Maybe. I think the Kappa Cannoneers are really good. I agree Needle can be really good, too. We might be overboarding in general. We care a little bit about Flage. Like, I mean, just having a Lantern, like, the opportunity cost of it is so low. Like, you just cycle it. This trophy is from the trophy race we did a few years ago. We did like this thing where I bought a gold, silver, and bronze one, and I shipped them to the winners, and we got more trophies in one season than anybody ever has for one format, which was 76. And so I bought myself a trophy. Do you think Pinnacle Star Cage has any chance to see players that worse than Wrath? I don't remember what Pinnacle Star Cage does. I'd have to read it again. I think we got too much top end here. It's close borderline hand. Let's keep this on 6, put back 2nd Steel Cutter. Is that still the record? I think we would have almost definitely heard about it if someone had more. I'm going to keep saying it's the record until someone tells me someone broke it. Oh, the temporary lockdown replacement. I don't think there's a lot of a reason to play it, but I wouldn't say that there's no reason. Yeah, I think we're going to go Dismember and just Steel Cutter Bauble, normal stuff. Obviously, like, you want to save this for Conqueror, but you just got to Dismember Guide of Souls usually. Tommy Emery looking strong, maybe Brendan Corey. I mean, I don't know how you look at that last game, and I feel like you don't want to play Corey in this list. Yeah, I think this build really wants to be an aggro build. I think I'm pretty happy not playing Tomio Emery in this version. But we could play the more interactive Tomio Emery builds. You just need to play interaction when you're playing those cards. You know what I mean? It's a little weird. I want to play the drum this turn. I think I'm kind of spewing too much. Yeah, I think I could draw Pinnacle Emissary. And I want to leave this back to block the Ocelot Pride also. Could play Rebuke over Plating. You could. I mean, I think the Platings are really good though. I'm pretty in on the Platings. I'm gonna block here. We can pressure the Ajani. They don't have a red permanent. I did consider red-black Cranial Plating from Image 3. The thing is, the Darksteel Citadels are really, really important to play. So I don't usually recommend making your mana much worse. I had it in one of the Rotten Mouth Viper builds we were playing last week because it gives you an extra permanent for Viper, but the Citadels end up being too important to play. Okay, so they gained the life and then they killed this because they also don't like the trade, so they probably should have they could have hit me for 1. Not the biggest deal, obviously. Okay, I think I am going to go ahead and cash in the Bauble to save this for the next Steel Cutter trigger. Let's see what they're drawing. They're drawing an Elegant Parlor. They get 1 energy this way. Okay, yeah, that could be relevant. That's true. Good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a Modern Enchantress stack. It got buffed with the new Portable Hole. That might be why you're asking. They have Wear Tear? Okay, Draven Charm. I guess we just take 2. How do I see Tezzeret in Heimer time? I guess I haven't thought about it much there. I'm going to try it out in Dice Factory before figuring out if there's other shells. I did see that Young Dingo was playing Hammer Time. Hammer Time with Tezzeret. I thought that was a cool way to play it. All right, so we'll save this for the Emissary next turn, I guess. And yeah, let's not just flip there, Johnny. You mean Lantern? I do mean Lantern. That he did well with Lantern with Tezzeret. If I brewed Pinnacle Emissary, but I could invoke. No, I think you could put it there. This set is just so open. It's like I just cannot have it already on day 1. It's good. This is gonna be a long season, full of exploration, high power level. Interesting brews. It's going to be a really good time, I think. Get out of the format, Boros. You're outdated. For now. For 2 seconds. Urge was 26 months. Think we'll come back. Spider-Man drops in 2 weeks. It does. No, don't. No. It doesn't, does it? It's like 2 months, right? Might as well be. 55 days. Listen, I'm not complaining about more work. You know what I mean. We had a long enough drought post MH3 of the post MH3 format being so bad for so long. Y'all can complain about more work for me or more stuff. I'm not complaining about more things to do. So I can sack this to try to hit something else, but I think just leaving it in play to make the construct bigger is a bit better. Thoughts on adding Bombardment? I think it's worse than Cranial Plating. I think I'd rather play Cranial Plating, and that's what you would cut for it. Do they have something like a wear tear for my Shadowspear? No, they're just dead. -6. All right, Emissary has been incredibly nuts. Let's get a 5-0 prediction going. So we have, I guess, turn 2 Thoughtcast. Oh, no, sorry, we can go turn 1 Emissary and just get 2 1/1s. We're definitely going to keep. Let's draw a Mox Opal. I can feel it coming. I can feel the Mox Opal coming to my hand. My psychic powers, my third eye is awakening. Oh, I guess I got to get that checked. Still going to cash in for the extra 2 1/1s to buff all these affinity cards. So this is 5 artifacts, counting the Darksteel Citadel. I guess I'll cast this now. I mean, I guess I'm pretty weak to Bowmaster either way. Let's attack first. And then I'm going to cast the Cranial Plating so that I'm a little bit less weak to a Bowmaster. And also if they just counter the plating, that's okay. Force of Negation, pitching Psychic Frog. Do they have Bowmaster? Obviously Bowmaster is going to be a nightmare for my hand. Okay, just Ophelia. They're going to Ophelia Overlord, so maybe just Ophelia is not the attitude to have here. They mill Quantum Riddler. They're playing Quantum Riddler Gorios. Let's go. They pick up Quantum Riddler. They also have Force of Negation in their deck. Their deck looks really interesting. Let's take 2. What did they pitch again? They pitched a frog. They play a land for turn. So they hand us Quantum Riddler, 2 mystery cards, and then they can pick up Ophelia. Yeah, so probably don't have Bowmaster in their deck, which is good news for us. Let's cast a Thoughtcast instead of just going Pinnacle Emissary here. That's kind of an interesting 2 cards to pick up. So I could just play a Kappa Cannoneer, a 5/5. Okay, I think let's do that with the intention of playing the Pinnacle Emissary next turn and then trying to go like Pinnacle Emissary, Thought Monitor, grow the Kappa Cannoneer enough to like one-shot them or get close. Would be really nice if I could have made this a 6/6 this turn to block the Overlord kind of comfortably. Oh, sorry, I tapped the Shivan Reef. That's okay. Okay, there's Atraxa. Maybe they just have the Gorios. So I have some blood. We're going to bring in the Blood Moons into play. Maybe also have the Cages. First League with Affinity. Yeah, First League with Affinity. We also played a Quantum Riddler. Consult the Star Charge deck that looked really good too. So they evoke the Riddler, so they're going to Ophelia this, or sorry, warp the Riddler. Oh, now they're thinking. They do attack with both. They do find an Emperor of Bones next turn for the Atraxa, potentially. So I'm going to take 5 down to 10. I'm going to block the Ophelia. Yeah, it turns out Sai was playable the whole time. He just needed to cost 1 mana. If Sai cost 1 mana, I wouldn't dislike the card as much. So they're holding up maybe just the other Ophelia. They do get their Riddler back. They draw another card. So they have Ophelia, and they have 4 mystery cards. It could be kind of tough for them to interact with this. I guess they could Solitude it. Really hoping to draw some mana so I can do more than just cast a single Thought Monitor this turn. Dang. Yeah, I think we're still attacking, though. It's going to be very tough for them to kill me because I have so many blockers, even for the Ophelia, or even for the Atraxa. And then the Kappa Cannoneer is really likely to kill them next turn. Think you need Blood Moon Eve on the draw? Yeah, maybe. Definitely on the play, though. I guess if the Emperor Bones Atraxa, so they get to gain 7 up to 14. But if they don't find Solitude for my Emissary, that's not going to matter that much. I wonder if I could haste the second Kappa Cannoneer. I mean, I definitely can if my Emissary lives. Yeah, no trample on old Atraxa. They're not going to want to Felia the Atraxa because then they're not going to get to gain the life. They reveal Assault. They do find a Solitude. They do find an Ephemerate. So they're going to be able to deal with my Quantum Riddler, but I'm still going to be able to make this big enough to kill them unless they Solitude their own stuff too. They do put an Ephemerate, a Solitude, and a Delta into their hand. They have already played a land for this turn though. This token that cannot block people relevant in paper. Well, they can actually block flyers. I know it's a bit weird, but I can block the Atraxa and the Quantum Riddler with these tokens. Might not be immediately obvious. Okay, interesting that they could have maybe Solituded. They maybe could have Solituded and then picked up Solitude with the Overlord. They do reset the Emperor of Bones. So let's block here, 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 I think. Yeah, I don't think that my flying attackers are going to end up mattering very much. In paper it can block non-flyers, I see. I think it can be confusing though, because like to some players where it's like there are tokens like this that just can't block, right? So now there are 1/1 flying artifact tokens that can do anything. There are ones that can't block at all, and there are ones that can block with flying. Okay, they do find a second Solitude, so they can probably Solitude the Riddler or the Emissary and the Traxa here. They pitch Prismatic Ending. Yeah, we'll see. So I only have 4 artifacts in play. How did that happen? Can I haste this second Kappa Cannoneer? And if I can, is that lethal? So I go Lavaspur Boots. I improvise. I go 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. So it looks like I'm a little short, aren't I? Oh, I do have 5 artifacts, don't I? I have a Force of Negation? Any turn? No, they have Solitude in their hand. They're going to gain some life. Yeah, best draw is another Riddler by like a lot. All right, can I now Kappa Cannoneer and haste? I can, right? I can also go Drum. Although if I go Drum, then I'm not playing around Force of Negation very well, and it does seem like they have Force of Negation, so I think I'll just not cast the Drum. And that should be fine, because I'm attacking now for 17? No, 19. So they would have to have another Solitude in their hand, right? I don't think Drum even plays around like third Solitude here. And if they do, I might not be dead on the backswing. Okay. Wow, that's kind of an unbelievable game to win. Let's fucking go. I thought I was going to be on the play for game 2. There is something to be said for like not having this game 2 on the draw, so they don't know about it, then you slam it on the play. Yeah, the monitor was free. Or I guess another monitor was free too, huh? Because I should have played it. The thing is, they're not that in on the Goryo's plan, so I think I just want 1 cage. It also doesn't stop Emperor, which they might be pretty in on. I might want the Dismembers. I want my Needle for Frog, seems really good against them. Maybe I play like 2 Moons on the draw. Vexing Bauble is good, but I'm going to have to sack it pretty aggressively. I guess they could. There's a good chance they have Clarion Conqueror, so we'll bring these in too. Can cut like a Memnite. I might cut the Boots. I think I'm not getting Boots that often with the Graveyard Hate and the Needle. Shadowspear for this kind of situation. I don't think this is a Shadowspear matchup. It's mostly just for like aggro decks. So this is a turn 3 Kappa Cannoneer. This hand could be really nuts. I think I keep this on the draw. It's obviously we like missing our colored mana until the Urza Saga can be really tough. We have a lot of really good draws. I think it's kind of borderline, but let's keep. Okay. And obviously we could just draw Springleaf Drum. So if I play Drum, so Drum is like -2 mana for Kappa Cannoneer, huh? So let's play the Saga Drum turn 1, and then let's play a Memnite. And then we have the option of either making a Saga token next turn or going Steel Cutter plus 0 drop. Why Moon over Harbinger? It's much, much easier to cast a single colored card than a double colored card. It's like unbelievably easier. There's a frog, so I might be needling the frog. Okay, I really want to play this Lantern this turn, so that's going to lead me to want to play the Cori-Steel Cutter this turn. Force Pitch Atraxa. Interesting. Graveyard's a basic plains. Draws a card. I'm down to 19. They've got 4 in their hand. And they pass. So maybe they have a Felia. So if they have a Felia, I really don't want to just make a construct. But drawing this Mox Opal, I think I can go construct, needle the frog, play all my zeros, and play Kappa Cannoneer. I can tap the Memnite, the needle, the other 2 Memnites, the opal, and then the construct. Yeah. And then maybe they can flicker the Kappa Cannoneer, but that's okay. Or the construct token. Oh, I do have to tap the Lantern this way, right? I think I miscounted on what I could tap because of the drum. But I've got Needle and Frog, so it's not very likely we get Gorios'd. They don't have a Felia. Obviously, a Wrath of Skies would be really good. It wouldn't kill my Kappa Cannoneer, though. It would be just a 8 for 1. They have the 8 for 1. Solo them Kappa Cannoneer. Blood Moon here would be good. I think bringing a couple of draws was the right decision. I did bring in a couple. Or you're just saying, you agree. I think I'll play the drum. You could hold it to try to like get unblockable, maybe. But a Watery Grave in their graveyard. Obviously concede to a Solitude. I'll bring in the 3rd Blood Moon on the play. So I'm down to 17, but I've got 6 cards in hand. D got the Solitude. Surely it's not tank Solitude, because obviously I'm snap conceding to that. Okay, let's go to game. Let's go to game 3. I think 1 less Dismember on the play makes sense. All right, on the play. They're at 63. Were they at 63 this whole time? I have to mulligan a Pinnacle Emissary Mox Opal hand. I don't want to keep. Okay, give me the 6 card. Give me the 6 card hand back, please. I regret I've made a severe and continuous lapse of my judgment. Okay, so I guess we'll play around Thoughtseize. We do have turn 2, make a construct token. Actually, this might just be the best hand we saw. Vexing Bauble on the sideboard is a choice. You just sack it if you just sack it if it's bothering you, and it just the fact that it just is good against living end. I think you should play it for sure. All right, we might win on the Mold Form. Yeah, the Free Entomb, pretty scary. Whoever designed this at Wizards of the Coast, I hope you feel bad. All right, let's play for 4-1. I hate Wrath the Skies. It's the lack of counterplay to it is kind of the biggest problem. There's not like a lot you could do about that card. All right, 4-1 prediction started. Pinnacle Emissary contained. Where's my Pinnacle Emissary? Oh, I know where it is. On the top of my deck. Why is a Sheffer previously visible? I mean, that just happens sometimes. Happens all the time. Wait. I guess I'm still gonna get my 2 extra artifacts out of it, but I don't get to pop off super duper hard. So they're drawing an Urza's Mine next turn. There's an Emrakul, the World Anew. I haven't seen that card in a while. I might want to play Pinnacle Emissary and kill them with Cranial Plating. Probably better to make a Construct this turn and just haste. I think Construct this turn, haste next turn's lethal. Okay, they do have Natty-Tron and K Command, so that's tough. So I think I'm getting Drum. Casting Pinnacle Emissary. One, two, three, 4, 5. I want to crack the Bauble. Aren't they just casting World Anew if they have K Command? Well, I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to just concede? I guess I could do that. I haven't seen a lot of Emrakul World Anews in a while. I'll let them have their fun. All right, go to game 2. Blood Moon's in. Lantern out. I think I'll trim one of each of the 2-mana equipment and not be sure. Seems fine. Okay, on the play. Is this a turn 1 Kappa Cannoneer? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I'm 1 short. I'm going to click the keep button and yeah, I think we just put back a Saga and then cast the Cannoneer turn 2. Yeah, this is our second league. We 4-1'd our first one. Yeah, I'm super excited for the Trash Treasure deck too. There's just so much to get to. Been so excited for this week. I'm glad I took the 3-day weekend to prepare. Pithing Needle on the draw versus map equity. Good. They do have a Devourer. They said no to a Trinisphere. They play a Chalice on 0. A little bad on the draw. Emissary has been insane. Insanely good. I did never get around to the bird deck. I don't think the bird deck's probably all that good. They named Thought Monitor here, which is interesting. So I can't quite Kappa Cannoneer and Cranial Plating. Sorry, I took 1 extra damage off the Shivan Reef. If it ends up mattering, I'll gift 100 subs. If I die because I needed that 1 life point this game, I'll gift 100 subs. Have a Thought Knot Seer as the last card? Go Flesh Raker. So Cranial Plating equip has got to be the line, I think. Yeah, we're gonna play some challenges for sure. I probably just the Friday one. All right, go to game 3. Flute named Thought Monitor, thankfully. Not a really good name because it just gets affinity underneath the flute, right? So they keep 7. We mulligan that hand, of course. I think I put back Kappa Cannoneer. It's like super borderline. I don't know. Might mulligan this if it was a 7-card hand. It is not. We're hoping to draw an Ornithopter, a Memnite, or a Mox Opal for the turn 2 Blood Moon. So I think I cracked the Bauble because it gives me an extra look at Ornithopter or Memnite. It does mean Mox Opal is no longer a turn 2 Blood Moon. So now Mox Opal is a live draw still. I thought Blood Moon was bad versus Tron. It's bad versus Eldrazi. It's still good against Tron. Oh, sorry. I should have played this Saga this turn so that next turn I have the Blood Moon Eternal Saga thing going on. Still not like super duper used to that plan, to be honest. When I say bad against Eldrazi, I mean like it's bad against the Utopia Sprawl Talisman builds. But it's good against these builds that are really just all in on the lands. Alright, we get Karn though. Alright, so 3-0 to 3-2 feels kind of bad. Maybe should have gone to 5 that hand, just kind of too slow. I think it was okay. Our chances to like turn to the Blood Moon were kind of high. Pinnacle Emissary did look really good, and I want to keep playing it. So let's play the Rakdos build, although I'm considering moving away from what I have.